We must be sure the lamb doesn't run away. And I told Moses and Father Abraham. Then I said, dear children, watch the lamb. Now when we reached the city, I knew something must be wrong. There were no joyful worshipers, no joyful worship songs. I stood there with my children in the midst of angry men, until I heard the crowd cry out, crucify him. We tried to leave the city, but we could not get away. Forced to play in this drama, a part I did not wish to play. Why upon this day were men condemned to die? Why were we standing here where soon they would pass by? I looked and said, even now they come. The first one cried for mercy, the people gave him none. The second one, he was violent, he was arrogant and loud. I still can hear his angry voice screaming at the crowd. Then someone said, there's Jesus, and I scarce believed my eyes. A man so badly beaten, he barely looked alive. Blood poured from his body, from the thorns upon his brow, running down the cross and falling to the ground. I watched him as he struggled, I watched him as he fell. The cross came down upon his back, and the crowd began to yell. In that moment, I felt such agony. In that moment, I felt such loss, until a Roman soldier grabbed my arm and screamed, "You carry his cross." At first, I tried to resist him, then his hand reached for his sword, and so I knelt and took the cross from the Lord. I placed it on my shoulder and started down the street. The blood that he'd been shedding was running down my cheek. They let his tomb go by. They broke nails deep in his feet and hands. And yet upon the cross, I heard him pray, "Father, forgive them." Never have I seen such blood in any other eyes. Into thy hands I commit my spirit. He prayed, then he died. I stood for what seemed like years, and lost all sense of time, until I felt two tiny hands holding tight to mine. My children stood there weeping. I heard the oldest say, "Daddy, please forgive us. The lamb ran away." have we seen here? There's so much we don't understand. So I took them in my arms and turned to face the cross. Then I said, dear children, watch the
sign up for this. I mean, I know I couldn't keep him, but my son, my baby, all I have left is this little blanket that we wrapped him in when he was born. I remember him as a boy, helping his father build with his hands, and then going out and ministering in the synagogue. But now he's ministered to thousands and healed the sick. He's restored so many broken lives. God, I just don't understand why. Why did he have to die like this? I thought everything happened for a reason, but you're going to have to help me, dear Lord. I love you and I trust you, but this, I watched as he was beaten, so broken and abused. They spit on him and mocked him. They dragged him through the village like a criminal. They made him carry his own cross and he could barely even stand. I know I had to lose my son so I could meet my Savior, but can you help me here, Lord? He's my son in the flesh, and your son in the spirit. God, my heart is so broken, and I miss my baby. Still, I rejoice in knowing that he's with you now. Please hear my cry, Lord, and mend this broken heart. Give me wisdom and patience to wait for your plan to be fulfilled. Yes, Lord. Hallelujah.
I'm nobody. I'm somebody. I'm everyone and no one at the same time. And it just happened. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Or at the right place at the right time. You see, I didn't know who Jesus was. And Jesus, does he really know me? I was just a face in the crowd, nameless shadow, passing thought, one in the mob. They let me escape being recognized. The many have a safe distance, obscured from his view. So they say, keep a safe distance. Keep a safe distance. But something tells me he saw me, but he didn't look my way, but his eyes pierced me. So the cross is empty. There are no guards to fight over his clothes. No more shouting from the crowd. So who am I? I'm nobody. I'm somebody. It's like he won't let me go unseen. I'm waiting and waiting to see what he does with this nobody.
When they say, you Simon, you're no longer called Simon, but you call Peter. Peter the rock. You know? I was Peter the rock. Except what it wasn't. I wasn't a rock when they arrested me in the garden. With my sword, I cut off the ear of healed me. And it wasn't a rock when he put him on trial. I denied even knowing it to spare my own wasted life. And it wasn't a rock when they finally crucified him. You won't find my name on the roll as one of those who watched. I'm rash and hard-headed. I'm naive and so afraid. And my friend, he's dead. He's dead. Oh God, I'm not a rock. I'm a weakling. Watch. Wait.
It was about the 6th hour. Darkness came over the land and the sun went out and gave no light. I looked at him. And I looked up at this man I was wanting to crucify, and I felt this wasn't new to me. Crucifying a man, this is my job. We Romans crucified lots of people. Murderers, thieves, rebels. This man, this Jesus, is going to be no different. But he was different. Here I was, taking in his life as he saved mine. With his last breath, the earth shook, the rocks split. And in all of this, I became a believer. He is a savior, but I am a soldier who will crucify more tomorrow. I am a Roman. I answer to no authorities higher than Caesar. I am a soldier with a savior. Whom shall I follow? I must wait to see what tomorrow brings.
We all have our demons, lies, sex, addiction, hate, jealousy, laziness, whatever. My demons came like a thief in the night, like a wolf in sheep's clothing. They tried to latch on to my weakness, and I let them. I welcomed them. I was tricked into believing they offered the comfort, joy, and peace I was aching. Yes, we all have our demons. And he, my Jesus, saved me from mine. He saved me the offering of peace that doesn't come from those world, doesn't come from those demons. He saved me. So I followed him. Where he would go, I would go. Where he went, I went. So when he went to Jerusalem, I went too. When he went to the cross, I followed him. And when he went to be with our God, I was there, at the foot of his cross. How could I not be? He saved me. He changed my life. Now my life is his. I'm still following him.
I didn't ask to be involved. I didn't want to be involved. But when a Roman soldier points a sword at you and says, "You, help him carry his cross," you obey, or you end up on a cross of your own. Man, why did I have to be so curious? I could have avoided the whole situation, but no. I wanted to see this King of the Jews, the one they call Christ. And I did see him. Boy, oh boy, did I see him. He didn't even look like a man. They had beaten him so bad. A crown of thorns like it had smashed onto his head. He left a trail of bloody footprints. No wonder he collapsed right in front of me. He probably had more blood on him than in him. That's when they made me. They forced me to pick up his cross and carry it up the hill. I don't see how he carried it so far. No, I didn't stick around to the crucifixion. I've seen one crucifixion in my life, and that's one too many. So cruel, so gruesome. Just imagine the worst way in the world to die. If you want to watch that, neither did I. Besides, I was drenched in his blood, so I let him get cleaned up. I didn't want to be involved, and I still don't. I'm not waiting.
if you were watching and waiting.